How's it going? I've been trying to finish this Powerpack thing for 9 days now. I've only got 3 hours left. Uh, no, it is a lot of work. Like, this was hard at night. Driving at night was rough. Um, the entire time too, there's like been weather that's been off to the side, threatening to hit. It doesn't, so got me on my toes with that. I did, however, get a 757 dead, I think was pretty fast. Right now, I'm just kind of taking it easy. No reason to push. Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm doing. Straight from my headset, as if it was in a party. Well, I got a new headset. I got one of the Pulse Elite headsets. It also has Bluetooth built into it, so I can listen to Bluetooth and PlayStation at the same time. So I can like stream music to it that I... Nope, it's Bluetooth. It has a USB adapter that goes into it that it connects to. The Bluetooth part is the coolest part. The phone rings, I can answer it. I can also use Siri too. All while I'm still hearing the sound from the PlayStation. Well, this headset actually has a microphone also on the outside, so it filters outside sound in. But yeah, I like the headset better than. Well, I wish I could actually do both. Like have like use my stereo setups, like I have surround sound for the car, but it's always so loud. The headset would pick it up, so I just use headset. I'm using the G932 or 23, Xbox, whatever. Got the what is it? The Crew Force or whatever. It's a little loud. I'm gonna probably move to yeah. I'm probably gonna move to Fanatec. I really want the Porsche wheel, but this one's been pretty good. The first wheel I've gotten. I've had it for about 2 years now. I want to make sure that I actually got good at it and liked it before I actually moved up to more expensive stuff. So I'm gonna try to push it the next lap to see if I'm awake. How long have you been sim racing for? Yeah, Fanatec has got that Porsche wheel that looks amazing. I would prefer if the Logitech was a direct drive, but it's good though. Oh, I got a pit. Guess I'm not pissed. Guess I'm not pushing. Yeah, I improved my TV and my PlayStation. I got a PlayStation Pro this year, and I just got a 65-inch 8K and OLED, and it's made everything a lot better. Everything looks so cool. Yeah, I had that too, but I got rid of mine too because I just couldn't. Kind of made me sick. I tried really hard to enjoy it, but it kept making me ill. Have you finished most of the Powerpack yet? Yeah, that's fair. You got to keep your eyes open. I get it. Like, I think it would have been better if it had been a higher resolution, but the way that the headset works, it tracks your eyes, and so part of it, parts where your eyes weren't looking, would go into low resolution, and I think that's what made me sick, was the way that they did their tracking. It was really cool technology. I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't use it very often. A couple of my friends said you got to get used to it, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, but when I drive, I don't want to be sick the entire time. I don't get motion sickness either, which is weird. You see this glitch? Look at this glitch right now. All the cars behind me are going to be pitting because they only put enough gas in for one lap. It started doing that after I crossed over 100. They put in enough gas for one lap and then they exit. It's ridiculous. I don't know why it's doing that. See, look, that guy only put in 14. Next guy's only going to put in like 14. Look, it's weird. They've been doing that for like the last 50 laps. The rest of them do it too. Yeah, it's really odd. I mean, they were keeping up with me. Well, maybe not keeping up with me, but they were definitely racing for most of the night. Then it crossed over, and I crossed over 100 laps, and then they just started doing that weird fuel strategy. Is my YouTube broadcasting well? I only have it broadcasting at 30 frames per second. Nice. I use Twitch for music, so I try not to cross over, but I have a Twitch account too. But that's where I stream my DJ sets. So I didn't want to confuse the two. Actually, now that I've pit, let me show you how I actually like to drive. I don't know if you've ever done this or not. Yeah, I like doing this. Yeah, I mean, some of the cars you can't do it though because but there's enough information on the dashboard that I can know where I'm at. Plus, I also use an app on my telephone, EasyO Dash. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. EasyO Dash Pro is what I used. Yeah. It's got the engineer on it. How good it looks? Yeah. Yeah, they put a lot of effort into this game. It's very pretty. Actually, the 296 is like one of the few cars I actually drive on the inside, though. Usually I do like bumper cam. Yeah, it does. But it's all like information that you need as far as placement and stuff like that. So I have to go back and forth between it. But like if you look at the dashboard on this car right now, I've got a previous lap, I've got a fastest, or I got my last lap, or the fastest lap, and then I've got the stent, so I can see how long I've been, so I have a good idea about fuel. I'm gonna try to push it the next lap, see how I do. I'm literally smoking a cigarette while I'm driving right now. Yeah, I liked how you could do it in ACC, but at one point I screwed up the the visual in ACC, and it took me like a month to figure out the best look for it, but it was really screwing me up. All right, let's see here now. Put out the cigarette. Exactly. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna push it this lap. Hold on 1 second. Pause it real quick. Change my volume on here real quick. I can hear everything. And one more pause. So I'll fix my app. App is running. All right. Very good. I do like the 296 a lot. Well, I think they will. I mean, I was pretty happy with Spec 3. I thought that was cool. And like, I I do love the 296 because the 296 is what I drove in ACC. I also like the M4 in ACC. Already up 2.2. Yeah, I like how it does a predicted lap time on the right. Well, it had a lot of cars that you got that were pretty cool. And I did kind of like, I liked all the tunes of the cars. I thought the tunes were pretty great. Each car drove pretty awesome. But I thought there could have been more. I thought it was pretty expensive. I thought more than 20 bucks was kind of ridiculous. But then I also consider the fact that this game is beautiful. And a lot of people bitch about this game, but for what it is, it's pretty awesome. Like, I didn't get Project Motor Racing or Rennsport when it came out because both of them ended up getting panned for their physics. Yeah. So, like, I had an A and then I freaking lost it. I'm in B right now. This past week, I did a lot of the race C, so I'm almost back to my A again. After I get my A, I'm not going to do them anymore. I'm actually kind of pissed that the endurance races didn't, like, this would have been fun to do with, like, a friend or whatever, a multiplayer, but they didn't do that. They need to do endurance races for multiplayer where you can switch off like ACC could. Oop, kind of fell into that a little bit. Yeah, I heard the physics were actually pretty bad. Like, I was going to get, out of the ones that came out, I was going to get Project Motorsport, but it just, and I really want to set a Corso Evo to come out, but I know they're still in beta, so. Has LMU come out? Oh, no, LMU hasn't come out yet. That's right. Is it supposed to? Because I know Evo is supposed to come to console whenever they get. Oops, sorry, whenever they get it done. I know Evo's supposed to be next year, from what I understand, but they have to finish the damn beta. Gotta burn off some of this gas. Yeah, I wanted to build a PC. I thought about it. But it's just so expensive to do it. And it's hard to justify it to like girlfriends and stuff like that. Why I just spent $5,000 on building a racing rig and flying rig because I like to fly too. All right, so an 804. All right, now we're cooking. Yeah, I have it. I got it, and it's got a lot of glitches with it. It loads really freaking weird sometimes, and like the flight planning is strange. And then like some of the flight, like I constantly have my glass cockpit resetting and rebooting, fails and then restarts, fails and then restarts, and I don't know why it's doing it. I've already gotten all my licenses, at least on the flight side, with the exception of the heavy, because of the heavy airline transport is not available yet. But yeah, they need to do some glitch updating. And they also need to approve a yoke, because I got a joystick, but the joystick doesn't feel right. I have a pilot's license. Actually have a commercial license. I don't use it, but the plane needs to feel like a plane. Like I've had nothing but glitches and weirdness on it. Like the glass, it works. Don't get me wrong, but like the glass cockpit will fail often, and sometimes it doesn't. The missions don't load up right, so there'll be parts missing. Sometimes like ATC will clear me to flight 270, and then it'll be like descend to maintain 6,000. So I descend to maintain 6,000, and then it tells me to go back to 270, and I'm like, what the hell? It's weird. Like, I like it, and I'm glad that it finally came into PS5, but they just need to do more. Oh, yeah. So I have to think the same way too, because when I heard that after I sold mine, I was like, damn it. Because I really want to do VR, and because the PS5, or the PlayStation VR is actually really good. I mean, it made me sick driving, yeah, but like, when it comes out for Flight Simulator, I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta buy it, which will be the third time I bought it, by the way. I've bought it twice, sold it both times. Don't you do it. Rear end started to give out a little bit there. Whoa, shit! Ah, ha, ha. Damn it. Yeah, that's what they're saying because the VR for PlayStation is so good. Um, and it'll be awesome to be able to like touch each switch. And you mean I assume that you're going to be flying it by holding the yoke in the actual. Well, I don't know. However you do it, I guess you could do it with a controller or whatever. Like I've ended up like I got a joystick. I got the Thrustmaster or whatever with the POTUS, but I mean, it didn't. It's too stiff, and like I've adjusted it a lot, but it doesn't like actually like it's too sensitive. I like the throttle part of it, but I just end up playing it with the with my controller. Yeah, I mean seriously, like it just didn't. It's just too sensitive. Plus, it's missing an R. Which button? Is it? It's like R. No, is it R2 or L2? I can't remember. It's missing one of the L keys. Right, I know. Like that was the other thing. It needs a force feedback on the like yoke or whatever, and it's weird that it was the only approved. It was the only PlayStation approved peripheral, and like I was kind of pissed about that because I didn't want to get a joystick. I wanted to get a yoke set up, and there are a whole bunch out there, but you know I just didn't want to buy it and have it not work. Can't believe I lost the rear end there. Ugh. Yeah, and I only got the second step up, which was like I think it was the $89. Is that what it was? I don't know. The second part of your message was cut off. You say you look out the window and oh, you're a bit bored. Honestly, like, so I've been doing the jetliners or whatever. I mean, I can speak to you as a pilot that, like, you know, once you get to altitude, all there is to do is run the radios. I mean, there's not much going on. Autopilot runs everything. Then you get to approach. But I've actually like flown the length of a couple of the flights that were like 4 hours or whatever. You get a bunch of money for it. All right, we're gonna try this again. Yeah, I flew, what was it? I flew, I think it was JFK to Heathrow. That was interesting. What did you think of the VLJ, the Cirrus's jet? Did you find it being oversensitive? Yeah, Cirrus Jet was Vision Jet. That's it. Like, did you find it to be really sensitive? Like, the other thing is did you find that you had a hard problem landing the Diamond prop plane, not the twin, but the single? Well, all the Cirrus planes have parachutes. They all have parachute systems. The twin engine, the single, and the DA-22, I think it is, and then the Vision Jet. They all have parachutes. But did you find that the Vision Jet was sensitive? And could you land the 22? Because I couldn't. Every time they wanted me to land the prop plane on a grass field, I couldn't get the damn thing to stop. It would and I don't know, maybe it was something, but it would I would hit the brakes and be completely at idle, and the damn thing would just go right off the end of the runway. And I thought maybe it was because I was heavy, so I tried to do change in the load. That didn't help. Did you do the Stranger Things helicopter mission? Yeah. The Stranger Things one, when you go into the upside down, I had the damnedest time picking up the one person before I'd get attacked by all of the demo dogs. It was like they would jump up, kill me, and crash the helicopter. I'm like, no! Alright, don't crash. See, the reason I want to make a computer is because I want to get DCS, which is the most comprehensive and best flight simulator out there. It's really, really good. Like, every switch works and all that stuff. I really want to get that, but there's no point in getting it until I have a computer. Hold it! Woo! Sun's coming out finally. The entire race has been gloomy. Yeah, I heard that like Red Sport doesn't even have a weather engine. Yeah, I was worried the entire time this race it was going to rain. And it looked like it was going to a couple times. Yeah. Well, when I did this that night, it was a new moon, so there was no stars, and it was also cloudy, so there was no stars, and all there was the headlights, and occasionally the street light. So it was pretty hard, actually. All right, so 804. Any better than that? Oh, I'm lapping somebody? Yeah, it looks really good, right? I'm gonna lap this guy. Yeah, I bet it does too. Like, yeah, I like this car a lot. This is one of the better ads, and the 296 road car too is a lot of fun. What's really crazy is to drive like, hold on a second, let me get out of this. Let me get through this, yeah. Let me get through this here. Is to drive like this. This is crazy. This shows you a sense of speed. Yeah, well, right. So I can drive with the hood. But I can't drive like this at all. I prefer to drive like this. Well, that was what's interesting is that like they added. I can't drive chase either. But if you look right up here, when I pass by the barbecues and stuff, the smoke is coming off of the actual campsites. I think that's something they added. See it right there? I think they added that for the Powerpack because I've never seen that before in when I was racing it otherwise. So like I'm pretty sure that they're like they're playing with the idea of more fog. But yeah, that was never in there before, and I would remember that. And I remember driving at night; it was really kind of spooky. I like to drive on what is it, S11? I guess it is when it's like a little mist when you drive into like fog a little bit. But yeah, there's not a lot of fog. Well, I mean, I like the Group 3 cars. I'm a Ferrari fan, so I like the Tribito. I like obviously like the 296. I've also I really like my Valkyrie. I also am a big fan of F1, so I like open wheel. Like I have the F1 games, and I like to drive like the new 3500 with the engine swap is pretty awesome. Yeah, I like the Tribito a lot, the F8. I like that one a lot. I've got that one pretty dialed in, but I've also got the 296 dialed in pretty well now too. I was glad when they came out with the 296. The 458 Group 3 is it can be useful in certain things, but it's got a lot of limitations. Plus, it eats tires like a champ. The 3500B is the one I've been driving a lot. 3500B with the engine swap. Yeah, I think it's the V12. I'm pretty good with that one. That seems to be the best one to me. I mean, I know you can engine swap the A now. But I also like the SFs too. Yeah, I have I actually put a McLaren livery on it. But each one of my cars is different. I have like Hamilton on one of the cars, and I have a Senna car. What part of the world do you live in? Are you in the East Coast? Pause for a second. Take a drink of water. My drinks button doesn't work. Drinks button. Yeah, game reaction. Yeah, I can see that. Um, why is this not doing this? That's my PSN. If you want to send me a friend request. No, the F1 cars do stick to the ground pretty well. They say that you can drive. It's got the downforce is so good that you can drive an F1 car upside down in a tunnel, and it'll stay to the ceiling. Okay. Oh, yeah, but I like to do open wheel racing a lot. I'm pretty good with open wheel. Yeah, actually, when I did the night racing, I had like 40 or 50 people watching me do it, and I didn't like share it with anybody. I just been broadcasting just to do it, and I had a bunch of people watching me at one point. When I got the when I did the 757 dead, everybody was like, "Damn!" Right now, I'm just trying to finish the damn thing. I think I have like 2 hours, 15 minutes left if I'm looking at what the clock says, because it started at 4 p.m. and it ends at 4 p.m. According to the game clock. And right now it says it's 1:45. I think it's a 20 million win. We're not really sure. A couple of my friends are guessing, but I had a friend who did the 6-hour race, and they won 5 billion, I think it was. So just doing the math. 5 million per 6 hours. Yeah, it's been interesting. Sometimes I only have 2 people show up at. Nice. Yeah, I don't have a big YouTube presence. Did he do it all in one sitting? See, I've been breaking mine up. He made 17,000 pounds. Wow. That's cool. And this Aston is into it. Yeah, see, that's hard. Yeah, my longest stint is when I had the most people show up. I will admit that. And I did one stint that was about 6 hours. Yeah, you got to build a YouTube presence like that, or I guess a Twitch presence or whatever. Get out of my way, Aston. How fast was he going? What were his lap times? Remember? I mean, I know he's a YouTube presence. I mean, I don't know him. He's like a Nordschleife tactician, right? You know what his times were? At 35. Jesus. Yeah, I mean that was my best time was like a 57. Like to stay on point the entire time, I think would be hard like to do. God damn it. Get out of my way! Whoop. Might be time to pit. Let's see where I'm at. Yeah, I'm almost at 100. Yeah, 100 miles on the sops. About when we're done. What's the Max Verstappen challenge? Oh, really? Yeah. Damn it, Max Verstappen. Yeah, but I think I could get probably the low 50s if I sat here and was really working at it. But I'm just trying to finish it and yeah, I'm just trying to get it done at this point. I'm on lap 157 right now. Yeah, it's this one is tough, no doubt. And yeah, there was no reason to do mediums, by the way, because you know, I mean, you have to pit more, yeah, but I mean. Oh yeah. Oh no, trust and believe. Yeah, you're all over the place, going crazy, doing it. You know. Wow, I'm 5 minutes ahead of everybody. I have 2 hours and 7 minutes left. What time is it in the UK right now? It's got to be, what, midnight? Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean, I want to finish the Powerpack. The next one I'm going to do is going to be it's going to be Le Mans, which is there's 24 hours of Le Mans. Yeah. Um, Next one is 24 hours at Le Mans, and then I think it's like 8 hours at Spa, and then 6 hours. No, it's 8 hours at Suzuka, which I hate Suzuka. I really don't like Suzuka. And then 6 hours at Spa, I think it is. What? Do you? I think the problem with Suzuka is that they always are putting it in things like, I mean, obviously Nordschleife is probably my favorite, but you know, if I had to pick between the two, I'd pick Spa. Yeah, Suzuka. Suzuka is just one of those tracks, man. I'm just kind of like, every time it comes up that I have to do it, I'm just like, I put it off. But I love this track. I like Spa. I like Deep Forest. I'm really good at Tokyo Express. That was what I was doing to get my A back. Because this past week, the race C was in Tokyo Express. I was killing it. I must have got like maybe 20 wins. Oh, you gotta finish. You make so much money. Of course, yeah. Like, did you get the platinum trophy yet for this? I'm sure, you know, you played as much as I mean, how many hours do you have in this, do you think? I looked at mine the other day. I think I'm at 3,800 hours. Yeah, I've done this a lot. Maybe that's why I hate Suzuka and you don't. I've had to do it a lot. I think I've got 1,000 hours in ACC too, or maybe a little more. Woohoo! Well, Group 2 cars, there's really only one car that's any good to me, and that's the NSX. I mean, I love that NSX. I mean, I'm not a fan of the, I hate GTRs. That's what you like. Hey, here's one right there. I hate GTRs because there's so many of them in this game, and it's so obvious that Japanese likes, yeah, NSX is where it's at. I hate GTRs. I'm looking at one right now. And it's so obvious that Japan loves the GTR. Ah. All right, you little hoe bag. Get on my way. Like the worst place to try to pass people. Yeah, it's basically it's a two-door family car that they just put a dope engine in. I mean, sometimes you have to use it because it's the car that needs to be used, but I'm just not a fan of it. There's nothing special about it. And then just looks like let me look at it. It looks like a box. I mean, my car looks amazing and his car looks like a lunchbox. The back marker is fight, so that's kind of why I'm waiting to pass this guy because he'll clip me or something and I'll crash. I think that there probably will be a Spec 4, but it's 50-50. It's either going to be a Spec 4 or they'll release GT8. One of the two. All right. I am going to make some. Well, it will be, but I mean, I'm sure they're in the process of making. They're in the process of making it. But remember, it took them a long time to make GT7. They had made Sport first. But I'm gonna make some dinner now. But hey, man, yeah, it was nice meeting you. And send me a friend request. And we'll race together. Um, but I am done doing this stint for a minute. And where am I at now? 1 hour, 58 minutes left. Oh, dude, it's almost done. All right. I will see you later. Send me the friend request. Yep. Thanks, man. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Cheers.